I'm amazed at this great screenwriter. I studied screenwriting myself, but to reach such heights.
Are you talking about the creator?
Yes, just as we've invented a vaccine, bam, there's a new kind of virus in England.
Yes.
At exactly the same time, a new type of virus. London is closed, flights are canceled, Israel and other European countries do not accept flights. Panic is setting in Europe that this virus will leap over to them. Boris Johnson announced that the country is under a quarantine. So tell me, please, how much longer will this go on? To what end? At the very moment when we seem to have found some kind of antivirus, that's exactly when it happens.
You're not after the right thing. This is a problem facing humanity. It tries to get rid of what it is faced with, meaning it wants to wrestle with...
With the consequences?
Yes, not with the root cause, but with the consequence.
Right.
And if you only deal with the consequences, you'll have newer and newer ones emerge. You will make it all the way to the root cause. And once you get there, you'll find yourself facing a brick wall. And all that will be left to do is scream. To scream about your own correction. Not that the world or some external virus, but the virus inside yourself.
So if I scream, tell me what I should do. It's already a big step forward, right?
Yes, besides, we all know that the virus is inside us. This virus is called a human ego. And once we get rid of it, there will be no more problems.
This is something that only you know and maybe a few more scientists.
That's the problem. So we need to keep showing it to humanity.
So that it'll come to this realization?
Yes.
That the virus is inside us? That it's our ego?
Yes, unfortunately, there's no way around it.
But for now, the doctors are comforted by it. They're saying, that's okay, we'll be able to come up with an antiviral medication for that strain as well.
The doctors represent those who, instead of looking at the root cause, point us in some other direction.
But they don't know any better.
Now hold on a minute. This is the problem. Of all the people in the world, nobody knows anything. But they all consider themselves in the know and thus keep confusing each other. What can you do?
So what's going to happen? Let's say we find a way to quell this with some antivirus now. Will it pop up in Brazil, then in Argentina, in Russia, and on and on? Is it going to keep erupting like boils on the body?
Until it gets to Israel.
Here you go again, you just can't. So you believe that Israel must be the first to get to the realization that there's a root cause of all these problems, and that this root is...
I believe that all the nations of the world have to realize that if the Jewish people...
You mean Israel?
If Israel wants for this virus to disappear, then it has to make it so that it disappears, which means to unite together. For if they unite, then all other nations of the world will automatically unite with them. They'll cling to them. Nobody will be against this kind of vaccine in Israel.
By vaccine, you mean connection?
Unity. Nobody in the world will oppose it. It will be like the wave of a magic wand because there's a conductor standing right there.
Up above?
Yes.
The screenwriter?
Yes, and as soon as it becomes revealed in this world, and as soon as the nations of the world force Israel to do so, forming this reverse flow from the nations of the world to Israel, this would happen.
Uniting, you're saying.
The points of connection will be revealed just like the spikes that this virus has.
All right.
This is how everything will fall into place, like cogwheels that lock into each other, and everything will be fine.
And so every Israeli, every Jew,
and everyone else also.
So the whole world will be locked into this mechanism and it'll run perfectly?
Nothing else is needed, only to be locked in together. And it'll instantly become manifest as a single mechanism. We can't even imagine how our unity will start changing everything on the global scale. Everything will start to change. Stars, galaxies, nebulas.
Even that?
Of course. It is merely inanimate matter.
It's on a level below us.
Naturally.
And humanity will start changing also?
As we begin to strive towards each other, everything begins to change around us. The picture of the world, the depiction of the celestial body. And we will witness how this is happening.
We get to see this?
This is yet to come.